Hi everyone, this is Judy from Judy's Handmade Creation. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And you can see all the projects that I do here. I do all different kinds of crafts. And this is a punch needle. This was done with yarn. I used a yarn punch needle for this one. They have embroidery punch needles and they have ones that you can use for yarn. This is a yarn one that I did, and I have several yarn punch needles that I use. I just recently got a new one from Michael's, and I'll show you where I got this pattern at that I use. This pattern here, if you want to do punch needle with your scrap yarn, and this is a wall hanging, and you go to, here's where I got it, dmc.com, and this is the pattern that I use for the bear. It's the bear pattern. Oh, I gotta go back to it. So you can search it. You can search punch needle. Let me see if I can go. Here it goes. You punch in punch needle free patterns, and it'll show you all these free patterns that you can use for punch needle. And that's one there that you can use, but I wanted to show you all of them. Here's all the free ones that they got. And that's the one that I use right there. And it says $3, but some of them are free. You put in your email when you go to download them. And this is the free ones that they got here. And this is dmc.com. So that's where I got this free pattern to do this punch needle. And the next one that I'm going to do is this flamingo right here. That will be the next one that I want to punch. That one there. That's going to be the next one that I do. And that's a flamingo. But I did the bear first. So this is the bear one. I used 4 of my scrap yarns that I had. The 4 medium yarns. I use a blue, a cream color, a black, and that's pink for the cheeks. I don't know if you can see it. That's a pink color. That's blue. I use brown. I think I used 5 colors on here. So this is a little wall hanging. You can hang it on the wall, or if you have one of them little easel things, you could prop it up. You could even set it up on one of these on the table. Make a great gift for a child's room. They could hang it on their door or in their bedroom. And this is the pattern, how you would print it out. This is the pattern here that I use, and that's the bear. And that's from DMC. And it's got 4 pages. It tells you all the colors that you use. But I just print out the design and use the scrap yarns that I got. I got a lot of scrap yarn that I use. I just change it up a little bit, that's all. Because this was different colors that they said use for the pattern. So you just print it out, and then how I trace this on my fabric. The fabric that you use, this is monk's cloth. That's what you punch through with your punch needle. And this is like got little holes in it, so your needle can go through it easy. And this is called monk's cloth, and I get this at Walmart. And this is like $7.93 a yard. And this is what they use for making rugs, because this is, you can make a rug out of this, because that's like a rug design. That's a rug design, and that's what I punch. You can see the monk's cloth back here. I drawed the yarn, I drawed the design. I'll show you how I did that. I use a pencil to trace. These are the tracing pencils that I use. And what I do is I trace around here. I trace all this design with this, because you can see where I traced it. And that's the color of this pencil. I trace it on here. And then I take my iron, I cut out a piece of this. Whatever size of hoop that you're going to use, you get your hoop. I use the bigger hoop. So I use a bigger hoop for mine, because you got to make sure this is going to, you'll be able to see the design. And after you trace this, you take and face this down. What I do is I put it on my ironing board. And this is a transferring pencil. Let me let you see it again, because some people don't know. See, there's a hot iron transfer pencil. So when you trace this on here, you have to take your iron, and that will get it on your fabric. You face it down like this, and then you just take your iron and put over it until this design goes on this fabric. And then you just take your hoop after you get your design in there. You take your hoop and you put down there and you make it tight. You know how to do that. And everybody knows how to use these hoops. Your design to be on here, and then you can take your punch needle, because these pencils are called, like I said, it's a hot iron. Trace your favorite design from a coloring book or print out. Trace an old pattern. You can see it right there. Let me see. See down there where it says. And then it says trace design for embroidery, fabric painting, and more. And this is Aunt Martha's hot iron transfer pencil. Sorry for the glare. And it tells you how to do it on the back. It tells you to draw or trace on your paper, but I use fabric. I draw it on my paper, and then I iron it on my fabric. So this is what I use. And it's easier to, that way you don't have to try to figure out how you're going to get it on here to punch it. And I'll show you the punch needle. So I get this at Walmart. This is called monk cloth, and this is what they use to, it's for yarn punch needle. So yeah, that's what I use for the yarn punch needle. And I'll show you the new punch needle I got. And if you want one of these punch needles, this is new at Michael's. This is a, let me take it out of here. So that's too much glaring for you. This comes with, this is the punch needle that I use. And this here. And this is what punches through your fabric. And you get 2 of these threaders with it. Here. And this was $5.99 at Michael's. and you get the instructions. It tells you how to thread it. I'll show you how to thread it. What I usually do, the directions tell you to put your wire down in there. That's just the threading wire. And you take this and put through, we'll put this down in there. Take your yarn and put through here. And then you pull your yarn up through this here. Like this, and then you go up to the top like that, and there you go. And then after you get that done, then you have to see that little eye there. It's like threading a sewing needle. So you can take and put this back in there. Sometimes you can just put this in there if the yarn's thin enough to go in there, but we're going to use this to get it in there too. Put it back in here. Like that. And it threads right on. It goes right into the eye of the needle. And that's how you do it. And then if you wanted to start punching and you had a piece of fabric, which I'm not really going to show you how to do a whole thing. I'll show you how to just punch through a little hoop. And if you were going to start, you had your design on there and you wanted to start punching, you take and undo your hoop. These hoops I got at Michael's when they had a clearance. These were $1 a hoop. They had the big ones for $1 and the little ones. And then you just put your, I gotta remember. Maybe like this maybe. And then you just set this on top. Oh, I gotta loosen it up a little more. If you already had your design on there, I'll just show you how easy it is to use this punch needle. But punch needles, people think that you would cut this to your, I'm just showing you how about you would do it, but I'm not really gonna make anything with it. It's really easy to learn how to do this. And then you just tighten this up. Make sure it's taut when you do one. Just tighten these up. And I'm just showing you how you would set up it. Just saying if you had like a heart traced on here. You would tighten it, pull it tight. Should sound like a drum. And you could just go ahead, see how them holes are. Like say you had a heart. And you punch your needle through there and just go just like this. And but if you go up too high, it'll pull it out. That's why when you get your design done, and then on the other side would be your right side, it'd be like your rug side. See how it's punching? And it's easy to pull out. If you make a mistake, you can start over. And that's about it. So I'm just showing how easy it is to use that. And like I said, I got these I got bigger hoops. This one here is about, I don't know, I think this is about a 10-inch hoop. That was $1. And when I had it in here, I just took my scissors and cut around it, made it into a circle. So that's the way. And then I took my hot glue gun and just left it about an inch. I left the monk cloth about an inch. And then I took little slits and just slid it in it. And then I took my hot glue gun and just glued the monk's cloth down and then put a piece of felt over top of this. I glued the design here to keep from it coming apart. I put hot glue on there to go around the edge, and then I use this kind of glue on the back of where I did the punching, just to make it. Now if you were going to put a design like this on something that you were going to wash, you would use the fabric glue. You wouldn't use this kind of glue, but since this ain't going to be washed, I'll use this kind of glue on the back of there. And I took and cut this stiff felt out, and that's what's on the back to cover the design, because I didn't want to see the back of it. And then I took a piece of, I don't know, a piece of that cording that I got and did that there. I forgot what the name of that cord is, so I have to show it to you. I got this from Michael's. I got this here from Michael's. No, I didn't get that. No, I didn't get this here from Michael's, but I got that from the dollar store just to hang it. And this is what I use to do the hanger for the wall. And this is a wall hanger. And that's how I made the hanger. Yep. I guess you can hear Skittle now. And that's how I did this. And if you, like I said, if you want one of these punch needles, this is a loop and thread punch needle. You can get this from Michael's. It's loop and thread. Loops and thread. It's Michael's punch needle. And that way you can use up some of your scrap yarn. That's what I do. Because I have another one of these, but I have to find it. That I bought a few years ago. But I just got this, and it was $5.99, and I used 20% coupon. It came to $4.19. So yeah, that's it. This is good for yarn. This is good to make rugs, because this is sort of like a rug. See how it looks like a rug design? But this is going to be a wall hanging. And that's going to be a wall hanging. And it's nice. So if you like to do punch needle, it'd be nice to get one of these and try it out. Get you some monk's cloth, a hoop, and some yarn, and you're ready to go. Yep, you'll be ready to start punching. Once you get your monk's cloth, you got to use monk's cloth for this, because when you do punch needle embroidery, that's the embroidery needle that you use the embroidery thread with. You use weaver's cloth. Now since this is yarn, you have to use, I use monk's cloth. So monk's cloth works good. That way you won't put no rip any holes in your work. Now the punch needle is needle is real thin, so you can use weaver's cloth for that, or I use that fat quarters cloth. That works. And I hope you like my project, and I'll be coming up with the penguin next. Maybe I'll show you how to do the not the penguin. What's that thing called? Oh, no, not the penguin. It's called the flamingo. Maybe I'll do the flamingo and show you how I do the process of making this. That will I'll show you. I'll make a video, because sometimes I don't really like making videos. They be really long videos because I don't know how to edit it. But this one turned out nice, and like I said, if you want this design, go to dmc.com, punch in punch needles, search for free punch needle patterns, and you'll get this design for free. And thank you for watching. I hope you like my project, my show and tell project today. And yeah, this is really nice, and I'll tell you, this one is, I don't know the size of it. I think it's about, let me measure it for you. This is about, this one here is, that's all messed up. This one here is about 8.5 inches. It's about 8.5 inches in diameter. And yeah, it really, this one took me to punch this small one. This took about 1 hour and 30 minutes to punch all this in there. All these loops. It was about 1.5 hours to do this. And ain't that cute? That's gonna make a cute little gift. And I'm gonna make some up. Gonna make some of these up for the church, and let them and donate them to the church, and that way they can make a profit. I'm gonna make some different ones up. I might make some with some hearts. Different ones I'm going to make. And I want to say thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe and hit that bell, so when I do a new video upload, you'll be notified. That way you can see all the crafts that I do. And like I said, the next one's going to be a flamingo, and maybe I'll do that and show you how I use that punch needle and all. So thank you for watching. Be blessed. Bye-bye.